Thank you for stopping by here on YouTube Live at Bloom from Within Love. All right, as you're coming in, the title says when binding and banishing is not enough. Dealing with psychopaths and sociopaths, narcissists, and karmics. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is going to be a unique type of reading. We're going to tie in the issue dealing with people, distorted spiritualists, narcissists, basically, psychotics, people who are the dark triad, Machiavellianism, sadists. In other words, they are trying to cause you harm. Okay. We're not talking about just a little bit of gossip here and there and just a nasty comment here and there, in your social media. This is an energy of somebody consistently, continually trying to cause you and or your children physical harm and trying to cause you to not be able to care for yourself and your children. And so, in the esoteric metaphysical community, you hear a lot of discussions about bindings and banishings. And there's various different types of bindings and banishings that can be done. Some are considered more effective than others, but none of those are really long term or for the long haul. Binding and banishing is basically like a temporary restraint from someone being able to cause you harm. Okay. Just like in the physical, I heard a person say in the physical, this is what we do when either we get a restraining order on someone that's restraining them from being able to do physical harm. But see, here's the issue when you're dealing with the psychotics. Okay. Just like in the physical, in the 3D, how many of you in your past have dealt with a situation where you did have a restraining order? You did literally get a restraining order on someone, and it did not stop the psychotic person from crossing the line. They became a little more sophisticated and sneaky, but it did not stop them ultimately from getting to you to attempt to cause you harm. This is the same thing spiritually and metaphysically. So, what do you do? So, this reading is going to be on the individuals that have been doing these ritual workings on my son and me. Now, this is going to pertain to some of you because some of you, okay, have similar stories where there were people doing consistently for years, doing ritual workings to hurt your physicality, to hurt your children's physicality, to attempt to, excuse me, to attempt to unaliven you, to harm you, to hinder you. Okay. So we're going to get an update on what's going on with them. Okay. In terms of their incessant doing rituals, right? But we're going to tie it into when we get divine guidance to take it to the next level. Now, this is the last resort because usually what's happened before that point is you've attempted to do every other mean and measure. Whether you attempted to give warnings, you've attempted to tell people, who's close to them, you better get a hold of your motherfucker. Okay, because this shit is supposed to go down. You better do something about it, or somebody else is going to do something about it. Okay. You've attempted the lighter side. You've attempted the approach of, hey, look, just banish them away from me, just bane them, just, prevent them from being able to continue to cause any further injuries and harm. And it works on and off. That's the thing about that. Okay. So you must know in your heart, I need to say this. Okay, because there's people that are not well upstairs and they think they need to be doing a whole lot of shit on anybody that they just don't like. Okay, somebody that they feel like is competition or somebody that says a nasty, mean thing. This is a little bit deeper than that. Okay, so you'll have to be guided and add intention like, hey, in case of human error, please, some type of intervention, or may this be instantly transmuted out in case of human error, in case of human error. But most of us, once we've gotten here, we're pretty 100% solid on who's been doing what and for how long. And if it has caused an effect on us, if it has been affecting our health and our well being, that of our children, Just like you would in this physical, you would give it all that you have to defend yourself and do what it takes, even if it's something like in the movie Enough. In the movie Enough, she tried everything. This is the way this shit goes. She tried everything. She went to various different people. The person was in law enforcement, so she really was, fucked, okay? Because he was a corrupt police officer. So she did all of the things in the name of, hey, I just want my freedom. I just want my liberty. I just want my life. Fuck him. He wants to be crazy. He wants to be, you know what I'm saying, a hoe and a womanizer. Fuck him. I just want to be able to take me and my child and move on and be left alone. Like psychotics do, they can't handle that. Okay. So she had to train, she had to learn how to self defend. And if you all seen that movie, it didn't end well for him because, again, incessant on ending her, incessant on trailing her, incessant on following her around. He was not going to cease that no matter how many times she changed her look, no matter she created her own fucking witness protection program. She got a new identity, she moved to different place, she did all sorts of things. She started from scratch. She didn't care that she had to walk away from everything. She just wanted her life. And he wasn't going to let that be. So she had to take his whole ass the fuck out of here. Okay. She had to fight to the death because it was not going to be a conversation had that convinced him to stop trying to abuse her. It wasn't going to be nothing. He was on the surface a pillar of society. He was a police officer. He had created a persona for himself. Most people would not believe what was happening except for his inner circle and her inner circle. So it's the same way with us. It gets to the stage where you go, okay, eye for an eye now. They're incessant on killing you, then you take them out. If they come to your home for you, okay, and in the case of the movie, shit, she set it up like, shit, motherfucker, come over. She said that shit up like, let's have the fan grind for now, motherfucker, bring your whole ass. Since you think, because you a man, in her case, you a man, that this is going to be an automatic win. But I've been training, I'm going to take your bitch ass up out of here because you're a waste of skin. You're a waste of skin. You are a waste of a human existence. You are a psychotic that's needing to be put down, just like an animal when there's nothing else that could be done. The most gracious thing you can do is put them down, or else they will continue to possibly cause harm for not only themselves, but others. And that is the case in my story. I sought clearance, collective, and I'm guiding you to do the same. For a long time, I kept seeking clearance various different ways by my divine intuition, by a reading, and my pendulum, just because I wanted to continue to know, like, hey, when do I get to, like, look, fuck it. And I kept being told for a long time, I kept being told no. I kept being told that to do banishings, bindings, to continue to just clear and work on, healing, and just continue to do all those things that I knew to do. And then finally I asked again. I've been consistently asking because I kept saying, I said, hey, I don't have time to wait for people, other human beings or 3D beings to get courage, to get, I don't have no more time to play with people who want to, since they're not being negatively impacted in that way, they just sit, humans have a tendency to procrastinate and just sit on their duff and think tomorrow is the day, tomorrow is the day, tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow's the day to bring justice. Tomorrow's the day to make something right. Tomorrow is the day to step in and do my part. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. So I told my guys, I don't have time, I don't have time for that. Every single day, my son is being affected. So I don't have time for skeptics. I don't have time for people to be a skeptic for 10 years until they whole ass get sick or they start losing, shit, or shit just blow up to such a degree in their face that they don't have no fucking choice but to know and believe. I don't really have time for that. So I finally asked, I said, can I do this now? And I was given the green light. I asked if I had all of the resources and tools at my disposal to do so. I was told yes. So, to those of you that are connected to these individuals, I am sorry for you. I am sorry. But these individuals will not leave me and my son alone. I'm sorry that you're going to deal with this. I'm sorry, but they won't stop harassing and bothering my life. Me and my son do not deserve any of this. And since you all can't control this individual, you can't change them, you can't stop them. Okay? This has to be done. All right. Let's get some foundational energy here. Okay, divine ancestors, help me out. Give me some foundational energy. The individuals that have been consistently and continually, the relatives specifically. This is specifically to do with the relatives that have been consistently and continually attacking and assaulting, doing baneful workings, negative, toxic energy works on me and my son's life, on our health and our well being, on our physicality, on our resources, on all those things. These kin folks, these relatives that have participated in this. Let's get some foundational energy here. Okay. See, they've tried to confuse me about death before. This is just more of their trickster, hocus pocus energy to make me look crazy, but also to try to get me to, not take any kind of actions, right? To think that they're gone. Well, we're not doing that anymore. Okay. Owners of or staff of social media are being watched. If any of them are involved, they rather lose it all than to reveal and heal. Okay, see, this is the issue in my case. So they rather lose everything that they have worked for and gained than to reveal the truth to me and to heal, than to reveal the truth to anyone. Okay. And at the same time, this is why they continue to do, help me out here, team. This is why they continue to do these things, okay? Trying to get rid of me because they think if they can get rid of me and my son, then it's going to be the end of anybody knowing the truth about them, or it's going to be the end of them having to be reminded about who they really are. Okay. These people are doing this because, like I said, I spoke out, I stood up for myself, and I continue to speak out. Okay. They've been doing this stuff for years. They were doing this stuff before I even got to Las Vegas. Okay. They've been doing it. They've been doing shit to my son, sending shit to my son, and doing shit to me. It didn't just start in Las Vegas. So for those of you who think this kind of just started when I got onto a different path, you're actually wrong. You're ill-advised and you have no knowledge of what's been happening. This was happening even when I was on a traditional, organized religious Christian path. They were doing these things. Okay. This stuff just now came to light. Okay. It just came to light as I got to Las Vegas, Nevada, but it was happening then. And I was experiencing issues then. My son was experiencing issues then. Weird things were happening then. Okay. And it just got magnified when we came in close proximity. Okay. Here we go. Karmic woman who is in a karmic masculine energy. Hold up one second. Hold up. Uh, uh, y'all not gonna be able to see it. I was trying to see if y'all could see it. Okay. I have karmic woman who's in a karmic masculine's energy, which is this person. She's a woman, but she operates in karmic masculine energy. So for this particular woman, she shows this kinfolk, this relative, she shows up in most readings as a man most of the time. Sometimes she shows up as a queen of wands in the reverse. Sometimes she shows up as a king of wands in the reverse. And then sometimes she shows up as basically the queens and the empress in reverse. Okay. The queens and then the kings. And this just depends on how she's operating in any given moment. If she's being more passive and indirect, or if she's being more outward and aggressive, physical and aggressive. Okay. Karmics look in the mirror and they see what they have become and they hate it. And again, this is another thing that they're blaming me for. Okay. They've done all this ritual work on my physicality. Okay. This deep rooted envy and jealousy. They've done all this ritual work on my physicality for so very long. Okay. They've done all sorts of spell work, all sorts of just fucked up shit, and even did beauty glamour shit on themselves. They invested so much money in changing their body and getting gastric bypass and liposuction and butt implants and or butt injections and all this stuff, which is nothing wrong with this stuff. But I'm just saying that it's hyper focus on that and that insecurity. And so she's probably starting to receive bad karma on her physicality, that spell work she's addicted to, all that toxicity that she is addicted to this toxicity. She is addicted to trying to hurt and harm my son and me. Okay. And it's possibly starting to show up in the mirror. She's probably starting to see it. Okay. Divine Feminine is manifesting her support, folks who are woke and not scared. Okay. So there's people that are waking up, I'm manifesting, and she could be bothered by this as well. All right. Then it says here, Divine Masculine exposed the karmics. Again, this is another issue that she have with me. Okay. This only added to the list of her already, jealous, envious, you know, issues that she has with me. Okay. Because shit went awire. She's getting some ramification. But instead of taking it as an opportunity to wake up, to transform, to heal, to go get help, to become a better version of herself, she's mad because I've called her out. and I speak out against the dark things that she do, the things she did to me and my son, and she's upset because things have started to go wrong. Okay, especially if this is coming out a divine masculine exposed to karmics. Okay, then we have secretly hate women but use for sex to feel powerful. Okay, now this could have been a masculine working with her. This could also be her distorted masculine energy. Okay, that she secretly hate women as well, and she used other women to feel powerful as well. They attack your health to make you tired so that you won't fight for your life. So this is my point. Back to the banishment. This is my point. So she has been working tirelessly year after year trying to affect my health and well-being so that I couldn't, okay, affecting my son's health and well-being so that I would have been utterly tired and consumed so that I wouldn't be able to fight for my life. But she does this to other people. This is what she's been doing. Okay. Rather lose it all than to reveal and heal. Shaking my head. This is sad. Okay. So this is the background energy of what's been taking place with this person and the people who worked with her and for her. Okay. To do toxic workings on my son. Okay. So let's get a little more energy. A little more energy here. All right, divine, benevolent ancestors and spiritual guidance team. Thank you. I have poison, toxic, unhealthy behaviors in people. Okay. Yep. People didn't really know that she was toxic because, like I said, she has a good persona that she's been creating and hiding behind for years. Okay. She hides that she's into spiritual stuff. Okay. She could have flip flopped, from acting like she was to more religious when the spiritual stuff kind of went awry. She could have then all of a sudden got like rededicated or whatever, so called rededicated, but still secretly in the closet doing other shit. Okay. So since we're talking about binding and banishing, I'm gonna and divine masculine exposing. I'm gonna use those cards to build on because the reading is about when binding and banishing is not enough. So basically, it's an energy of those are just temporary remedies. Yeah, I can continue to heal and my son can continue to heal. But when you have individuals that are constantly trying to work against that, and trying to cause you to have to die or to be too ill, then these binding and banishings and all that stuff just is not enough. All right, let's get some energy. So, all right, let's clarify. Divine masculine expose the karmics. Divine masculine expose the karmics. I have meeting, two or more people discussing and planning coming in the reverse. So he could have exposed what she was planning to do. This is another issue that she is having because, again, she had this stuff in secret for so very long. So he could have exposed what she was planning. He could have opted out of something. I have nightlife, gamble, take a risk, Vegas coming in the reverse. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'll be back, collective. Give me a second. I'm trying to make sure I have a good connection here. Okay, I'll be back.